Hey, what's going on, investors? Thanks for tuning back into dlitztv. If you're new here, my name is Dalton and this is dlitztv. I talk about all things investing on this channel. I talk about my tips, tricks, and insight into the stock market. If that's something that interests you, you're going to want to quickly jump down, click on that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification because I post a ton of different content that you're definitely not going to want to miss. And in today's video, what I'm going to be focusing on is enhancing your investment strategy. I'm going to be talking about what I personally think is the best investment strategy. Yes, I'm a little biased because it's the way that I choose to make my investment, but really, as a beginner, this is one of the absolute best ways that you can be investing because it's really hands off. You don't need to know a ton about the market. It's pretty generic and you can expand upon it in any way possible. So let me just jump right in and start talking about that. Now, actually, before I talk about the investment strategy, I want to make sure that you are actually ready to start investing. And there's a few different things that I would suggest. You need to make sure you have an emergency fund established. 3 to 5 months of your living expenses is typically what I look to do. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that you've taken care of any bad debt. Now, what is bad debt, you might add? That is any types of loans, any types of debt that you have that have high interest to pay back, because here's the methodology around it. And it really is pretty straightforward, pretty simple when you think about it and break it down. If you have a loan that is charging you 5% interest or higher, right? So let's say 5% interest, and you decide you wanted to start investing. Well, you need to guarantee that your return on your investments is going to be higher than that 5%. Because if you were to just pay off that loan, you are guaranteed a 5% return. I know you think about it, you're like losing money because you're actually paying off this bill. But what happens at the end of the day, if you can pay it off quicker, then you don't need to keep getting hit with that 5%, and it just gets eliminated and you don't need to worry about it. And that's a guaranteed return on your investment. So make sure you take care of any bad debt. A lot of times people ask me what I would do if I had a car payment, if I had a house payment, any of these things. Really, I think one of the ones that you can stray away from is your mortgage payment. That's something that you just got to take care of. You can start investing while you're making payments on that. That's going to take a lot longer to chip away at. But if you have a car payment, I'd really focus on knocking that out of the way. For me, I don't think I'm ever going to have a car payment in my life. Every car that I do buy, I hope to buy in cash. And that's what I've done so far. So just continuing that moving forward, that's going to help you just be ready to start investing more and more money. Now, a lot of you probably came to this channel because you saw the Robinhood investing tutorial for beginners. It's a really solid resource. If you want to get into Robinhood investing, you don't really know much about it. It's going to teach you everything from A to Z, what you need to know about Robinhood investing so you can get started, start making your first investments, and start building your wealth. One more principle that I like to follow with my investments is just, not investing money that I don't have. So if I don't have money to invest, I wouldn't be investing right now. I'm in a fortunate situation where I do have a job right now. I have a steady income. I'm able to pay my bills. I don't really have to worry about it. And I can put a lot of the excess money straight into investments. And that may not be the case for you. It might not be the case for everyone. So just make sure that you're at a solid spot financially to start investing before you jump in. Now, getting into the nitty gritty details of my Robinhood portfolio, let me cover a few things. So over the past day, we're down $18 right now, but over the past week, we're looking at $181 return. Over the past month, $459, 3 months, $475, and over the past year, we're up 6.55% at $588. So this is where I do the Robinhood challenge. If you don't know what that is, I invest $100 every single week into the stock market and share my insight with you, all the moves that I'm making. So if that's something that interests you, then obviously subscribe to the channel, look out for those videos. But as I scroll down, you can see right now I have a buying power of $155.72. I'm going to invest that live here for you on camera. And what I was looking at, it was doing it right into realty income. So I'm just going to make this quick trade here. I'm going to go ahead, buy it, and always do a limit order so you don't pay more than you need to. So let me do $60.60. I'll do 70 cents. Click continue. I'm going to get 2 of these and swipe up. And just like that, the order's received. It's gone through and completed. So there we go. Realty income. I'm still driving down my cost right now. I'm down around 6% on this investment as a whole, but realty income is a monthly dividend payer, and they've paid me so much in dividends that it really makes up for that, $88 difference. It's pretty solid. They're one of my favorite companies to invest in. But before I cover what stocks I'm investing in, before I cover, what it likely is a really great option for beginning investors, I want to talk about the second thing that's really important to do when you're investing in the stock market. And that's really just get started. I mean, so many times in the past, I was pushing it off. I was saying, I'm not ready to put my money in the market. I don't feel comfortable. I don't know how it works. I'm just overly intimidated by it. So I just kept pushing it off and I never actually invested the money. But getting started is the most important thing, because once you put your money in and you're seeing that you're making money over time, it's so exciting. It's like this adrenaline pumping through you and you just want to keep throwing more and more money into it. I know early on I made a video where I talked about about my dividend addiction, where I basically was just saying that I'm addicted to dividend investing. And that really lies true. It's been true this whole entire time. The more money I save, the more I want to put into the stock market and the better returns I'll get in the future. Now, what I like to do is set up a recurring investment. And if you don't know how to do that, hit the little guy icon in the bottom right of the screen, and then you can go into your transfers here. And when you're in your transfers, you can actually set up direct deposit if you wanted to do it that way, but I don't like doing direct deposit. I like handling my money in a different way. But you can transfer from your bank. You can schedule automatic deposits right here. So if I click on schedule automatic deposits, you can set up automatic deposits. You can do it either once weekly, twice a month, monthly, or quarterly. So if you got your paycheck twice a month, that's a really good option. I like to do weekly personally, and that's mainly because of the challenge. So all you need to do is set your schedule for twice a month or whatever you want to do. You can set your value. So if you wanted to do $500 twice a month, that's $1,000 a month. Go ahead, click review, and then you'd submit it here. But I'm not going to do that. I already have my recurring investment set up. But really, that is so important, and something that's often overlooked is just making that first jump to start investing. And the younger you are, the better. And here's the thing, you're the youngest you'll ever be right now. So if you were hesitant, if you were thinking, I need to wait until a certain period of time, no, don't wait. This is the best time. If you have the money ready, if you were thinking about getting investing, don't overthink it. Just get started. And a lot of people are wondering, market's at all-time highs right now. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts around that? Well, here's the thing. Nobody can time the market. And I'll say it again because it's so important. Nobody can actually time the market. And so if you invest over time, which is what I do, my strategy is called dollar cost averaging, where you're averaging this money invested over time. It mitigates the risk of trying to time the market. So yes, the market is at all-time highs right now, but with my strategy, what happens is as the market dips, as it goes down, I put more and more money in as well. I continue to invest, and that just drives the cost for all of my investments down. And here's my mindset behind investing. If I am investing in companies like Realty Income right now at close to $61, if they drop in price to say $50, I value them right now. I think it's worth it to make this investment. So why at $50 would you hold back from investing more money? You're just going to be able to get more bang for your buck at that point. And that's one of the hardest things that comes to investing. And that's where emotions come into play. But if you can take away your emotions, you're going to be in a much better spot. So let's say you've checked off all these boxes now. You've made sure that you paid off any high interest debts. You're ready to start putting money into the market, and you've set up a recurring deposit, something that you think you can maintain consistently. Well, now you're ready to start making your first investments. And let me do a little bit of a pitch here why I love dividend investing for the long term. So myself, I have so much going on during the day. I work a 9-to-5 job. I don't really have the time to look into the market at all times and monitor each and every move that I make. So one thing that I do is I look for solid companies now that are going to be established even further in the future, and ones that have a really great financial history. So if you look at my stocks right now, Realty Income was one that I briefly discussed. Tesla, I'm sure you all know about Tesla. That's honestly a little bit of a riskier investment here. Actually, let me sort by the last price of the stocks here so you guys get an idea for the types of price ranges that I'm looking at. But Johnson & Johnson, if you guys don't know anything about Johnson & Johnson, let me click into them. They're really good pharmaceutical. They're really good consumer products. They have a lot of great product breadth here. Now, this is one, I'm only up 1%. I've been investing with them for a while. I have 5 shares, obviously a little bit more expensive. They're $146. But the reason why I personally love Johnson & Johnson is because of their diversification. I already mentioned all their product, their breadth and stuff, but here's the thing also. I look for these giant market cap companies. So you can see the market cap for Johnson & Johnson is $384.48 billion. I see a lot of people jumping onto Robinhood for the first time. They're going for penny stocks, companies with, a few $1 million in market cap, which really, it means nothing. That's such a small, insignificant amount of money when it comes to investing. You really want these established companies that you don't need to worry about. If you bought Johnson & Johnson today, you know that a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, they're still going to be rocking and rolling. They're going to be a really solid investment for a long time. They're not going to go anywhere. And even if something happens, because let's be honest, Johnson & Johnson has had a lot of issues in the past. Let's talk about, I think there was something like friggin' asbestos in the baby powder or something absolutely absurd like that, where chemicals were getting in that shouldn't have been there. They go through all these lawsuits, their price dips a little bit. That's when I pick up this stock because I know they're always going to bounce back. Now, obviously, do your own research, make your own investments. But this is what I personally like to do because I don't have to worry about my investments as much this way. And this is something that you'll notice throughout my portfolio. Coca-Cola. Warren Buffett's favorite stock is Coca-Cola. He drinks like 4 cans of Coke a day. I don't know how that man does it, but Coca-Cola is another very solid one. Let's look at the market cap. Oh, 225.42 billion. Like there is a trend going on here. Let me go to the next one. AT&T. Scroll down. Market cap 201.14 billion. Apple is the biggest one here, 2.01 trillion. So I think you're starting to get the picture. You're starting to get the point. I like these market caps that are huge. And one of the best things about this is these stocks, yes, they're going to appreciate in value. Likely they're going to go up in the share price, but also you're going to get paid dividends along the way. So as these companies are profiting, as they're making a lot of money, they actually pay shareholders just for investing in their stock, which essentially makes you part owner of the business. Really cool to think about. But what the best part is that even when the stock market dips down, even when there's a market crash, these companies typically will increase their dividend payments to entice investors to stay invested and attract new investors. So even when the stock market goes down, I can feel confident that I'm still getting a solid return on my investment. It helps me stay in the market longer. It makes me less worried, less panic about the investments that I'm making. So maybe you guys want to do some more research into investments. Well, don't limit yourself here. There's so many great resources out there. I personally have a website that has a number of different links, a number of different articles that are going to help you out if you're looking to learn more about investing. So go check out dlitztv.com if you want to. There's also a number of great YouTubers. The ones that I would recommend personally would probably be people like Graham Stephan, Dave Ramsey, Andre Zick. There's a lot of great names out there. I'll include some of the links in the description of this video. But anyways, guys, that's it. That is why I love the dividend investment strategy. And over time, this is just going to help grow your portfolio more and more. So I think at the end of the day, you guys are on the right track. You're looking up videos like these. You're doing the research that you need. Just get started. Make sure that you're in the spot to get started, but jump in, get started, get the ball rolling. It's going to be a snowball effect. As you get more and more into the stock market, obviously you're going to make more and more returns. So anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you guys have any questions about my investment strategy more, I've talked about things like how I pick my stocks, how I go about it. Just check out some of the videos on my channel. But if you have any questions at all, leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to each and every one of you. Thanks for checking out this video, guys, and have a great day.